She worked for a guy named Mr. Warren. And by the time I got to know Mr. Warren, he was confined to a wheelchair, lived in a big house off of the main road. And when I would go see him, Beulah May, I would walk around the side of the house, go up to the back porch, and go knock on the kitchen door. And then Beulah May would open me and welcome me with a big smile and ask me that I want something to eat. And usually I would say no, and then she would offer me some iced coffee. Often I would go visit her just to drink that iced coffee or to read the Reader's Digest or to read a funny paper or bring in some wood or something. A lot of my cousins thought that Beulah May was the meanest woman alive because she didn't smile or laugh a lot. She was always very serious. But see, I knew Beulah May's secret, or I should say it's Akbar's secret. You see, if you did what she told you to do, the first time she told you to do it, and never talked back, you never had any problems, and you could have all the iced coffee you could drink and all the sweet potato pie that you could eat. Now, the sister that lived with her name was Mary Lizzie Robinson, and we all called her Aunt Cooter. I never found out the origin or the meaning of why people called her Cooter. She was just always my Aunt Cooter. She was the candy lady. She was the seamstress. She made clothes for my sisters and a lot of the neighbors. When big meeting or the Sunday come, a lot of times people didn't go up to town to buy their Sunday clothes. My Aunt Cooter made them for them. So she was a seamstress, she was a quilter, and she was a surrogate mother for many. Like when my mother's other sister passed, Aunt Cooter came to be a surrogate mother for all 9 of her children. I like to say she was a traveler who journeyed with a wooden leg and a cane. She had an unforgettable smile, and she traveled with a trunk full of sweetness. And the only thing I remember she and Aunt Beulah May ever denied me was when I asked them for quilts. You see, they had given me some quilts about 6 years earlier when I went to undergraduate school. And after those quilts were worn out or lost, and I had moved to Atlanta, I wanted some more quilts. So I figured I'd just go ask my aunts for some quilts. And they said no. It kind of shocked me. Because from a little boy all the way through my teenage years and even into my 20s and stuff, these aunts had never denied me anything until I asked for some replacement quilts. But I am happy to say that the last gift that I received from Aunt Cooter, the seamstress and the quilter, was a quilt that she made for my son's baby crib. Now it's actually my son's quilt, but I have it in a safe deposit box. And so I'll end this little tale by saying this. You know, growing up where I grew up, some people could say I was a disadvantaged black child who grew up within walking distance of the plantation where my ancestors worked for little or nothing. But I can only say this. My life is filled with the richness that I can't explain or measure. I can only say that I'm eternally grateful to have grown up with so many loving, caring, and nurturing mamas. You see, I was my mother's oldest son. I had a sister who was 9 years older, who was my primary protector and guide until she was married. I got married when I was about 13. And I was like an only son to 2 aunts who had no children. And my greatest wish at this moment as I sit before you was that my mother and other mamas was here to experience the world that we live in, so I could tell them every day how much I appreciate the joy, love, and outlook that they gave me as a child. For you see, my mother and other mothers taught me the importance of family. They taught me the importance of relationships. They taught me the importance of community. They taught me the importance of work and responsibility. They taught me the importance of reading and learning. They taught me the importance of knowing God and trying to be close to God. And above all, they taught me the importance of having God in the center of your life. And I thank you for allowing me to share this little story about my mother, Karen Lee Davis Ridley, her mother, Mary Magdalene Davis, the aunt who raised her, Karen Davis, my mother's grandmother, Sally Rump and Lou Ellen Davis, my two aunts who had no children, Beulah May Davis and Mary Lizzie Robinson, and my sister, who was kind of like a mother to me, but she was just really my big sister, Irene Davis Lee. I thank you for listening, and thank you.